It's about time. Verizon, this needed to happen a long time ago. And I know there've been subtle jabs at T-Mobile, but they needed to do this in a bigger fashion, in my opinion, even included in marketing, because for years, I mean, T-Mobile has included some bashing against Verizon in some of their biggest, even some viral moments that T-Mobile has had. So why not do it yourself? And it looks like Verizon is starting to do some of that, and I hope they continue. That makes me happy because it's competitive. You know, trash talk, you see it in sports. It's just competitive, and I really like it. So unexpected price hikes can't take a hike. So recently, T-Mobile has been publicly criticized about price lock. It's been very clear. The National Advertising Division told T-Mobile they have to get rid of it. T-Mobile said they will comply. So now Verizon is taking a jab at that. They're saying, look, we're really doing price lock. We're not going to do the unexpected price hikes, right? Because that's pretty much what it was. You were in a price lock, and then you had an unexpected price hike. That's what Verizon is taking a jab at. Now, I mean, through this, they're doing it indirectly. They're not really saying, hey, T-Mobile, they're not using T-Mobile's name. But that's what they're telling you here. Verizon, your price is guaranteed with my home. So Verizon is really doing what price lock really means. They're locking your price for the amount of time or years that they give you. They're guaranteeing it. They don't have a terms and condition that says, well, if we do raise price and you don't like it, you can leave and we'll pay off your final bill. Verizon doesn't have that. So they're guaranteeing that price lock that T-Mobile didn't guarantee. So this is good. I really like this. I'm finally glad somebody's calling it out from their competitors. You can't just let T-Mobile keep getting away with all this stuff and letting them do what they want to do. That's just not going to work anymore. The networks are getting too comparable, if you will, at scale. So now you really have to fight for it. You really have to go after it. You got to go after it competitively. You got to do the promos. The refresh, rebrand, whatever you want to call it. Verizon did it. It's at full display in this ad. You can see the red, yellow, and white. Those are the new colors. You see the new font, whatever they're using. Whatever the case, you have to go after it now. The networks are too comparable now. I know there's still a gap between the size of networks from T-Mobile, but if you look at all the studies, everything that's being presented from a third-party perspective, Ookla, OpenSignal, RootMetrics, the networks are just too comparable to really just make it all about networks anymore. 10 years ago, you could do that. Verizon was just too far ahead in anything technology-wise. Voice, data, scale, advanced, LTE advanced. I mean, Verizon was just ahead of the pack by I can't even put it into words how far ahead Verizon was. And you saw, I mean, it took AT&T the rest of the decade to catch up, to get all of their HSPA sites to LTE, get additional bands on air. I mean, it just took a long time. Verizon was just ahead of the game. But now, I mean, as we're heading into 5G, T-Mobile's putting mid-band on air in bunches, and it's leading to tons of capacity. I mean, the networks are just too comparable. You can no longer just speak on network alone. You have to back that up with some competitive moves. You got to be promotionally intensive. You got to look at your pricing too. If T-Mobile continues to undercut quarter after quarter, they're pushing savings, and they take customers from you, but they can still build a network to support that growth, then you also have to look at pricing. T-Mobile underspends. I mean, they spend way less than the competition. And if they can still present a comparable network, or somewhat comparable, if you will, then you got to look at your CapEx too. You got to say, well, we're spending this much, but yet T-Mobile spends way less, and they still take from us in droves. So it's something you got to look at. But this is good right here. This is a start where, yes, we're taking some jabs at T-Mobile, even though indirectly, but we're saying unexpected price hikes can take a hike. Verizon is actually guaranteeing the price lock. So that way, the NAD, they won't step in and Verizon can continue advertising. So this is a good move, in my opinion. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know if you think this is good. Like, share, subscribe if you're new to the channel. Follow my social media outlets. This is Tyrone with Tech Life. See y'all in the next one. Peace.